He's bringing a new show called X Factor over to Fox. The auditions begin later this month. I think, oh yeah, they're going to be going all over the place. Oh, we have some people here. There you go. Please welcome the always opinionated Simon Cowell. My friend.
I missed my Ricky over there.
That's right. Ricky for many years on American Idol. Yeah. So
how are you?
Good, good. I'm fine. Have you seen American Idol this year?
A bit.
A bit.
Yeah.
A bit. Okay. Now the show's doing well. Does that bother you?
I'm thrilled. You always want to leave a show and it does better, right?
Is it doing better?
No, I think it's about the same. I mean, yeah. I'm like that with my friends. Do well, just don't do that well.
Right. Okay. See, that's what. See, you're totally honest. That's what people like about you. Yeah. Very much.
No, I saw. I mean, I haven't watched the whole show, but my mum, who's 86, I think she forgot that I wasn't on the show this year. So she watched a bit of it because it's on TV in England, and she phoned me up and she said, "You're not on the show." And I said, "No, Mum, I left." She said, "Well, tell Jennifer, the new girl, I like her. Give my love to Randy. And true story, tell Paula she looks a bit tired." Well, wow. It's not actually Paula, Mum. It's Steven Tyler.
Well, I see where you get it now. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now, a lot of people say it's a kinder, gentler show this year. More heart-wrenching profiles, more emotion.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. You think that's true?
To a point. Yeah. Then I saw this clip of this nice kid, and his wife was on in a wheelchair or something, and Chris.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know, I like him, he's good. And the judges were crying. But then he gets to the point where they say yes or no, and they go no. I go, well, if you like him, put him through. Right. So I think I was a bit kinder.
Oh, you thought you were kinder then?
Yeah.
Really?
I would have put him through. Really?
So you were actually kinder than, wow. Yeah. Makes sense. Now, when you first came to the U.S. and you were trying to sell this show, you had a hard time. You were knocking on a lot of doors, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, we knocked on every door. I mean, I was arrogant enough to think that...
You arrogant? Come on!
In those days. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, we went around all the networks, and there was one particular network I went to where I genuinely had the worst meeting I've ever had in my life, where within 3 seconds the guy said no, and I was with somebody else, and I was kicking him under the table, winding him up, saying, well, does that mean you're going to take it? No. Should we come back next week? No. And eventually we were literally thrown out of the network.
Really? I mean, what was the offense? What didn't he like? What didn't he get?
He didn't like me.
Now, was the show a hit in England already?
No, it hadn't aired, but you know, all the signs were that it was going to do well. And we thought we were going to be able to sell it as quickly, and I got a really, you know, big wake-up call, and I never thought off the back of that the show would be sold here.
Okay, so what was it? NBC? Was that the one? Was it this one?
No.
Because they have that. No, it wasn't. Come on.
No, it's got 3 letters in it.
3 letters. Is there an S or a B, a C in those letters?
Is there an S? Yeah, there was an S.
Is it ABC? So, all right, very good, okay. Okay, it wasn't NBC.
No, I can't tell you.
No,
I'll whisper to you later.
You'll tell me later?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, okay.
Yeah, but it's a good story.
Now, a lot of people don't know this. You were a contestant on a game show once, which stunned me. You don't seem like the kind of guy that would go out for a game show. Tell me about this.
It was an accident.
No, how do you accidentally gonna... No, you auditioned. Did you want to
No, I didn't audition. My sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law, I might add, was after this, was like a host or something on this particular show. And then one day, a contestant didn't show up. So she said, would I like to go on the show? I said, yeah, fine. Never thinking years later this would come back to haunt me.
No, why? No,
yeah. Unfortunately, the tapes have been destroyed.
No, all tapes have not been destroyed. All tapes have not been destroyed. No, you don't know. I had to call people in England, and this is very rare. What was the name of the show? Do you remember?
Oh, The Price is Right.
Price is Right, or Sale of the Century?
No, Sale of the Century.
Sale of the Century.
Yeah, okay. Sale of the Century.
And how old were you? This is what, about 91?
If it was, yes, 10 years ago, I would have been about, no, 15 years ago, 20.
Yeah. 25. Well, it's black and white. That's what makes me throw. Yeah. Well, here's Simon. Take a look. He did quite well. Take a look.
And our second challenger is a record company director from London. He enjoys watching motor racing and is a keen go-kart racer. Please welcome Simon Cowell.
Hello, Simon. How are you doing? Simon, go-kart racing. Is it fun?
Fantastic.
What sort of speeds do you get up to?
About 10 miles an hour.
Devastating parts of the Caribbean in 1989, what type of natural phenomenon was christened Hugo? Simon?
A hurricane.
Yes. What type of chain store do you primarily associate with the entrepreneur Gerald Ratner? Simon?
Jewellery.
Correct. The former lead singer of the Boomtown Rats, famed for his charity work? Simon?
Bob Geldof.
Correct. And there's the bell.
Simon's done it. He's the new champ.
Wow, that was very good. That was very good. That was smart. Now, what did you, I love the prizes on English shows.
Oh, yeah, they're wonderful.
I once saw a show called Mastermind, and this guy had gotten all the way, and he got like a firm handshake, a slice of cold mutton.
Yes.
That was it. He won $50. He was like the smartest guy. He got, what did you win on that?
Kitchen scales.
Kitchen scales. Wow, fantastic. Look, we'll take a break with more embarrassing footage.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome back. On with Simon Cowell. X Factor is his new show.
I gotta ask you something. On that tape we saw of you on the game show, he's a go-kart racer.
Go-kart race.
I didn't know you were a go-kart
I used to do it all the time. In fact, I'm going to buy some go-karts now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love doing it.
The really fast ones or the little kiddie ones? You gotta get
They're the proper ones.
the proper ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you good? Were you a good racer?
I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
I'll take you on.
Really?
Yep.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Maybe get Jeff too.
What's he do?
What, Jeff Gordon?
Is he any good?
Well, I think he might be all right. Sure.
I'll take him on as well.
Yeah, all right. That's the kind of confidence people like.
That's what I got.
Now, tell people about X Factor. How was this different?
Well, the show was the show that took over Idol in the UK, and it's kind of it's a bit more wacky. In fact, it's a lot more wacky.
Yeah, okay.
Lower age range is 12. Groups can enter.
Okay.
And there's no upper age limit.
All right.
So, like, we'd be looking for somebody maybe in their 60s, had a few hard breaks,
Yeah.
wants to be a singer.
Yeah. That
You
would
know
be
where I'm
me.
going with this.
That would be me.
But no, that was it. I kind of wanted to do a show where, it's a talent show, but I wanted less rules, and the judges at the end part of the competition get to mentor them. And then to make it a bit more interesting, we put a $5 million cash prize up for the winner.
$5 million.
$5 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. On top of the recording contract.
Plus, but they don't record, they don't audition in a room, do they? You have to audition in front of, what, like 1,000 people?
I used to do it like we used to do over here. I used to sit in these hotel rooms and these people came in, and I did it one year. It was so uncomfortable. I said, I just can't do this anymore. It's boring. I don't like doing it. Why don't we do it in arenas? So we moved it 6 days later, and we now do the auditions in front of 3,000 people. So it's a harder audition.
Well, that's got to be very hard, because the 3,000 people get arrested. Boo, you suck, it just must be, because they're there all day, and it's free.
It happens, yeah, it's free, of course it is. But, I get a hard time as well. If we say no to somebody they hate, you could get murdered in there.
Well, now, you have a piece of tape that you brought. This is an example. Is this a school teacher? Who's this?
Yeah, this guy was a school teacher, and he'd never sung publicly before, and this was his first audition. Very, very nervous. And then it just shows you what happens when the crowd get behind you. He was really good.
Take a look.
I've been doing this for how many years? 8, 9 years?
Okay, Daniel, that was single-handedly the best first audition I have ever heard.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's a whole different vibe.
Yeah. Now, you haven't announced who the other judges are yet. What's the hold-up there?
I can't make up my mind. I keep meeting all these people every day, and I like them. And at the moment, I could end up with about 23 judges on this panel.
Really?
One contestant, 23 judges.
Who are some of the people you've thought about?
Well, I've met a lot of people.
I heard Usher.
Maybe.
Maybe he would be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Usher.
Usher's good. Okay. Anybody else? Who else do you like?
Paula Abdul, Charlie Sheen.
How about Paula Abdul?
Paula, I love.
Yeah. Did you watch her show? Her show did not get picked up. What did you think was wrong?
Do you know what? I can't blame Paula because, you know, lots of people who've been on these shows go off and do something on their own. And that's why I've always, you know, tried to just stay on good shows. The show, you know, wasn't good enough for her, you know, and she, as a judge, I still say this, is one of the best judges I've ever worked with because she's actually incredibly passionate about music and she's got good taste, believe it or not.
Really? Wow, this is a new Simon.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I mean, I love her. I miss her.
Now, I read you're having auditions at the end of April, like 27th, 28th, 29th. So are you not going to the royal wedding? What happened?
Well, actually, the invitation hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure it's probably lost in the mail.
I kind of think it got redirected, yes.
Really? Now,
yeah.
Is there a bit of friction between you and the royals?
I may have said something about the Queen's hat once.
The Queen's hat? Do you remember what you said?
Probably the same as I said.
Remember what you said?
No, it was a true story. It was like my mum. Apparently, my first insult when I was 3 years old is that my mum came down for dinner one night. Actually, not for dinner. She was going out for dinner, wearing this horrific fur hat. Right. And I told her she looked like a poodle, which she did. And I may have said something similar about a Queen's hat once.
Well, I can't imagine.
But I'll be here looking after auditions.
Yeah. So the auditions start, and you're looking for people now, right?
Yeah, I would say to anybody over the age of 12, if you're not in a group, create a group. Yeah. Don't forget, no upper age limit, $5 million cash guaranteed, and you can be as wacky and way out there as you want.
Wow.
We're looking for personality.
Well, the X Factor, it premieres in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you very much indeed.
The auditions are on the 27th of April.
27th of March.
Oh, March, I'm sorry, March. All right, be right back with Jeff Gordon right after this. Alrighty. My next guest, one of the biggest names racing in NASCAR today, fresh off his big win Sunday in Phoenix. Please welcome the driver of car number 24, Jeff Gordon. Good to see you, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. I guess I owe you a thanks because I'm happy to be here after a win. I think I give you all the credit.
That's why I said that. So you win, you're on. That's the boom, it happened. Now, did you start in go-karts?
Yeah, I hear we got a match.
Yeah.
I was talking about a different Jeff Gordon.
Well, you know, I started in quarter midgets, actually. Did a little bit of go-kart racing.
Okay.
But, yeah, you got to get started young these days if you're going to make it to this level.
Now, there was a long stretch since the last win, huh?
Yes, there was. About 66 races to be exact.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? It was tough. I mean, you know, we've won a lot of races in the past and championships, and to go through a streak like that where we were so close. I mean, I think I finished second like 9 times or something like that. But it was tough to go through that. But we made some changes with the team. Yeah. And now second race in the season.
Does it become psychological? Do you think, am I losing it? I'm off, you know, that 10th of a second, that 100th of a second. I mean, did you fight that in your own mind as an athlete that, geez, do I not have it anymore?
Sure, it makes you question it. You know, you question everything. You know, what is it me? Is it the team? What are we missing? And so, no doubt that thought went through my mind. But you gotta stick with what you know, what got you there. Yeah. And I feel like I'm as good today as I ever have been, and more experienced. I'm not as young as I was, but. You know, I think Sunday proved a lot, not only to the competition, but for myself to be able to get to victory lane.
And what's the problem with the burnouts? You seem to be the one guy that, I see other guys, they come in dead last, but they do that perfect burnout. You do a burnout. Well, here, look what happened here. Okay, try to do the burnout. Okay, look at this. Okay. Slides right off. And now...
Well, actually, I broke something.
Now you're doing a burn up. Okay, you're not supposed to burn up. Okay,
I did such a good burnout that I ruined the engine and it wouldn't start back up. Yeah, no, my car owner, Rick Hendrick, came on the radio and said, do whatever you need to do to that thing. But let's just say I was a little rusty. It's been a while since I've done a burnout. I've been in this sport so long. When I used to win, we didn't do burnouts. That's what all these kids do now.
Yeah,
so
the kids today.
Yeah, I gotta keep up with the kids.
These kids with their fancy burnouts. Now, speaking of kids, Jimmy Johnson, he's still the man to beat?
Absolutely. I mean, definitely. I mean, they've won the last 5 championships,
Right.
so it's hard to go against them.
And he was kind of a protege, right? You
Jimmy
kind of helped him along, right?
A little. I mean,
You regret that now, do you?
I'm pretty proud that I own a small part of the team, but you know, we met at the right time, and I'm really happy to have him at Hendrick Motorsports. It's been amazing for us to have him win those championships.
Yeah.
But I think he could take a year off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's okay taking a year
He's
off.
pushing himself too hard.
That's right.
Now, what happened with Jeff Burton, that fight last year? That seemed a little uncharacteristic for you. I was surprised you come running down. Wait here, show what happened.
When you haven't won in as long as I haven't won.
Okay, there's Jeff.
Look at this again.
Card 24. I know what. He kind of gives you a little.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but I didn't have a whole lot to do with that. It looked to me like I just got shoved right in the wall.
Right.
That was deliberate.
I think that would make anybody mad.
Oh, what is that?
That was just something Simon knows a lot about, and it's ratings.
Right, yeah.
You know what? I'm passionate about what I do out there, and we weren't having a great day anyway, neither Jeff or myself, and that didn't help things, so I was pretty upset.
Now, have you forgiven him for that?
Forgiven, never forget, right?
Never forgiven. Oh, so
I like Jeff. Jeff and I, we get along good, but you know, that was uncalled for, and I certainly won't forget that. But we're fine. We're going to go race and race hard. And
Okay.
It's all good.
Now, since I've seen you got 2 little kids at home, what, 6 months and how old is he?
About 3.5.
About 3.5.
Well,
okay.
She'll tell you she's 3 and 8 months.
Okay, 3 and 8 months.
Yes.
Okay, so you're doing the whole dance. Are you good around that? Well, you're a mechanic, right? You should be good at things.
I'm not good with tools, I'll tell you that. You know, I try to do things around the house.
Yeah.
My wife will give me a little to-do list.
Like, what's the last thing you did around the house?
She asked me to put up like some towel or robe hooks in my daughter's closet, you know, to hang maybe a jacket or something. I said, no problem, I got this. I went down to the hardware store, got all the components I needed, got my drill out, started drilling into the wall, and I realized that I was not prepared for what I just drilled into. And
What did you do? Did you have a stud finder? Did you just drill into the wall? Did you just drill into the wall?
I just drilled it into the wall. And I hit a stud, and it was a metal stud at that. So basically, that was about 3-4 months ago, and those holes are still in the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still on my list, though.
Okay, all right. Well, that's it.
I'm just going to hire somebody.
That's right. You know, that's when the wife's out, hire a guy and tell her you did it.
That's right. Good idea.
Exactly. Honey, I worked with you. Put some grease on your face.
Definitely.
Now, you started on Twitter.
I have, you know, it's...
You didn't strike me as a Twitter guy.
I haven't been. I mean, this whole social media thing is very new to me. But I got to say, I'm having a blast with it. I mean, getting to see the comments and reactions. And it was funny because on Sunday, the day of the race, I happened to check my Twitter page, and a woman tweeted that she had the hiccups, and that the last time she had the hiccups, I won the race. And the last 4 times she had the hiccups, that I won those 4 races, and I won the race.
Yeah, but see now,
so thank you for having
But now
hiccups.
you're going to be...
but now you've done here. Now you can't race unless this woman has the hiccups. That's what's going to happen.
Listen, I just hope she has the hiccups every weekend. I've got to figure out how to make her have hiccups every weekend.
Now, quickly, tell us about the charity. You have it's whooping cough, right?
Yeah, it's Pertussis. If you go to soundsofpertussis.com, you can learn a lot more. But, you know, actually being here in California, it's been an epidemic here in California. And it's a disease that people think of the past, but it's back. And what we're trying to encourage people to do is get an adult Tdap booster, whether you're an adult or an adolescent, because if you're going to be around infants, it's very, very important for you to be vaccinated so that you don't transfer that to the infant.
Well, good luck in
you so
Vegas
much.
this week. And everybody,
Thank you.